Shannon, how do you explain your guy Aaron's performance?
There's no offer without explanation. He played terrible. He admitted he played terrible. The team played terrible, Skip. I want to give Dennis Allen, the defensive coordinator for the Saints, Skip. Now, you know he can dial up defense. He was the D coordinator when Tim Tebow was doing all those heroics in 2011.
He was.
So he knows what he's doing from a defensive perspective.
Aaron spoke of him after the game and said he has high respect for him.
Yes. Skip, I'd have lost a boatload of money. There's no way I saw this coming, Skip. And what's embarrassing from a Green Bay Packers defensive perspective, Skip, you see stats like this in a college game when you invite Oklahoma.
Western Carolina.
Yes. Okay, Skip, what we're going to do, this is your athletic budget, your football budget for the entire year. Come here, get your eyes beat out. Our quarterback's going to pad
I was embarrassed for my Sooners. They even scheduled poor Western Carolina.
Oh, the same
75-0.
Or Georgia, Alabama.
Like, you could name it. It could be 150-0.
Because, Skip, when you see someone throws the ball 20 times, they complete 14 and has 5 touchdowns, it's in one of those type of ball games. You didn't expect to see that in an NFL game.
No.
5 touchdowns, sure. But you're expecting to see someone throw the ball 35, 40, 50 times. Jameis has less than 200 yards, threw the ball 20 times and had 5 touchdowns. But, Skip, they didn't come to play. I think the thing is they looked at it, well, we're not going to be in the dome. New Orleans has been displaced for 2 weeks. Oh, we're going to waltz in there. We the reigning NFC. We went to the NFC the last 2 years, NFC Championship game. We're just going to waltz in there. They don't have Drew Brees. This is going to be a breeze. And got the brakes beat off them. You better respect everyone. You underestimate no one. And then you should be okay. But the moment those are professionals. You can't think just because you won the MVP, you went to the NFC Championship game, team's going to lay down.
Yeah.
The Saints saying, you know what, hey, I understand we lost Drew Brees, but they ain't lose nobody on the defense. They still get after you. And Jameis, Skip, if you really look at it, and we be honest, Jameis can provide something for this offense that Drew hadn't been able to provide in a very, very long time. And we saw it that last touchdown when he threw the ball over the top.
55 yards.
And I said this last year when they were playing the Bucks. I said Jameis, with his ability to throw the ball over the top, he would probably give them a better opportunity because they're just sitting on everything. They're like, you can't throw the ball over our head. Why are we playing anything other than 2-man? Let's make him put the ball in the tight windows. It's not going anywhere. This was unbelievable, Skip. I still don't believe 38-3. I mean, it wasn't even close. I mean, I can see, you losing a close ball game. Skip, everybody had to lose. Everybody wasn't going to win opening day. But 38-3, nobody saw this coming. Somebody lost their shirt on this one, Skip, because ain't nobody. They probably took Green Bay in the point. They took Green Bay in the cover, and Green Bay covered their heads because put foots in them.
Okay, I will give you this. Speaking also of Oklahoma and Oklahoma's first game against Tulane, Tulane was displaced. It's bouncing around Birmingham, and game was supposed to be at Tulane, and finally it winds up in Norman.
Right.
And they didn't take them very seriously. They're up 37-14 at half, and in the second half, here came Tulane.
Right.
And they had to hang on for dear life, 40-35.
Yes.
So I'll give you, there was some of that going on. Also, I thought Sean Payton, who's got some genius about him, he does
called
not.
A magnificent game.
There's not one little rock left unturned on this. He's looking under every one because he chose Jacksonville because of the heat, and he also chose it because he goes on Expedia and finds out that the toughest place for the Green Bay fans to go, because they will go. But the hardest place to get to is Jacksonville.
Right.
You got to change in Atlanta, wherever you're going to change.
Yeah,
right?
you probably go from Appleton to Chicago to Atlanta.
Maybe. I don't know, Atlanta. I guess so, but whatever. The point is, it was arguably the worst game of Aaron Rodgers' career. It was the worst beating he's ever taken in his career. 38-3. He was 0 of 7 on third down. That's incomprehensible to me. 0 of 7 on third down.
Yeah, that'll get you beat.
He had the single worst QBR of the entire week 1. This is the reigning MVP. A scale of 0 to 100, had a QBR of 13.5, the worst of all those kid quarterbacks, all the Max and even the Tua and Zach and Trevor Lawrence. This was the lowest.
Oh, he had that Chamberlain, huh? He had that Will Chamberlain, that 13.
He had number 13. He did. And the point was to me that they didn't show up because he didn't show up. And it was clear from the first snap of the game, he was not there. I don't know. He looked checked out to me. And then yesterday, he looked semi-retired, like he wasn't as in. Last year, he was at least driven to say, okay, watch this.
Right.
I'm going to stick it to my own management by winning the MVP. And he didn't just win the MVP, he just ran away with the MVP.
He did.
Well, how do you go from running away with the MVP to that? Well, something psychologically, something emotionally was missing in the whole team. Now, he didn't have Bakhtiari, obviously his left tackle and his best friend on the team, rehabbing from his knee.
Yeah, he on pup.
Yeah, whew. But I'm even looking at this stat. When he had at least 2.5 seconds or more to throw, he was only 4.15. It wasn't like they were rocking him. It wasn't like they were all over him.
They were
all
covering
day.
his guys.
Yeah, they were just covering. And he acted like we got surprised by their two shells. So it's just like a cover two. It's two deep safeties. Yeah. They're just playing back. They're not trying to force anything. They're not coming after him.
Right.
They're just sitting back in coverage. Well, Aaron, you've been around for a while. You can't figure that one out on the fly?
Well, the thing is, and they don't respect the running game. Normally, when someone plays cover two, they're saying, we can stop your run with our front seven. We don't need to drop that safety down to go one-on-one with your wide receivers. So what we're going to do, we saw this in the Super Bowl. Tampa played exclusively cover two. Y'all can't run the football.
Yep.
Cleveland played it yesterday against Kansas City. So, Skip, I used to tell TD all the time, a team playing us cover two, TD, run out of this cover two, make them drop that safety down.
Okay, and speaking of that, if we could see the rushing yards here.
Well, it couldn't have been many.
New Orleans ran 39 times for 171 yards.
What Green Bay had?
Green Bay had 15 for 43.
No. Well, they gonna stand
Aaron
up.
Jones, who usually does damage, was 5 for 14. If he'd been playing Dallas yesterday, he would have had 5 for 105.
No, Aaron Jones was 5 for 9.
For 9.
K. Hill had 5 for 14.
14. Okay. So the point is, they couldn't run it.
But it's over there.
And very quickly, they couldn't even try to run it because they fell behind so fast.
Yes.
And the other thing that was shocking to me was usually Aaron is by far, again, if he's up against Jameis, he's going to out-efficiency him to death, right?
Yeah.
So in the red zone, Aaron goes 0 for 2. And in the red zone, Jameis goes 4 for 4. Well, that'll do it, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then if we could see Aaron's 2 interceptions, they were take-your-breath interceptions because I don't see him do these things. If we could please see the first ones. This is the ugly one. This is like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
I don't know what he's doing. Just panicky.
Yeah, he did.
He looked like he was a first-year quarterback.
Just eat this one, Aaron.
Yeah.
Just eat this one.
Because that was just awful.
Yeah, just eat it.
That wasn't even close, and you know the rest of that story. And then he's got one that he throws out of the end zone. And usually when he winds up in the end zone and lets it fly, I'm like, oh, he's got something here.
Still.
And wait, the safety's got this. Just like the safety was his primary receiver.
But even if the safety wasn't there, Skip, the corner is on top of his receiver.
He was not open.
Yeah.
It's just like a desperate, I hope he catches this kind of throw.
But when you look at it from dollar 22, Skip, ain't nobody open.
Nobody.
I mean, not one person is open on that route.
Okay.
You look at they got the tight end doubled on the basic cross. They got Adams locked up on the other side.
Okay, so it came across to me as a what the hell throw. Like, I'm the MVP. I became a sympathetic figure through the offseason. Packer Nation loves me again. I'm back in their good graces. What the hell? I'll just let this one fly.
You threw that ball 60 yards.
Okay, and it got you what? It almost got you a pick six because he almost returned it all the way for a touchdown.
Well, the other one they got pick six also.
I got it. That was almost 2. And I remind you, he almost threw two pick sixes. The last time that he lost 38 to something, it was 38-10 at Tampa.
And what happened?
Yeah.
He went on a hot streak and ended up, where did he end up at? Championship game, so be careful.
And then what happened in the fourth quarter of the championship game, he stunk it up.
You know, this is the 3rd time that he's lost week 1. The 3 other time he won the division.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's not hard to do. And even when I consider this year's division after what I saw of the Bears, the Lions at least showed some fight and fought back. And Kirk Cousins lost to Cincinnati. You like that? So it's like it's a cakewalk division. It's hard. Maybe that's what Aaron's thinking. We'll just cakewalk.
Nah, they ain't gonna cakewalk division.
Because his whole point after the game was, it's 1 of 17.
It's one game, Skip. Yeah. He said we got 16 more.
He's going to go home and have 5 fingers of tequila or whatever he has. I don't know, whatever his drink of choice is, and sleep it off, and he'll be ready to go tomorrow. Right?
Skip, look, ain't no way around it. You have 133 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Yep.
They're 1 of 10 on third down.
No, well, he was 0 of 7.
Yeah. You're not.
Because the kid came in and mopped up, and actually, I thought Jordan Love looked better than Aaron, but it's not hard to look better than Aaron when he's playing that way.
When you're playing that bad, Skip. So for me, look, there's enough blame. Look, Aaron has to play well. It's predicated on them. It's getting a lead, and then the defense can unleash. Well, they're playing from behind.
Yep.
They couldn't stop the run, so now Jameis has all day to play action pass and throw the ball down the field.
Yep.
Green Bay couldn't run.
Yep.
So now Dennis Allen just unleashed the hounds on Aaron because there's no threat of running the football.
Yep.
And a lot of times, Skip, they were getting there with just 4. It wasn't like they were sending extra people. They were just hunting with 4.
So here's another stat for you. First half, time of possession, New Orleans had 21 minutes to only 9 minutes. Do you realize that's the largest margin of time of possession in a half since 2000? Wow. That just shows you they were not ready to play. Maybe they underestimated. Maybe they're looking at Aaron and he's like in a what the hell kind of mood, and they don't respond to a New Orleans team that was much readier to play.
Yeah.
So now let's flip the script and look at what Jameis did. Would you believe that Jameis, who was the all-time, again, the year before Brady went to Tampa, obviously, he was the first to go 30-30, 30-plus touchdowns and 30-plus interceptions, and he lost 5 fumbles.
Right.
It's impossibly great and bad.
Right.
But would you believe that, what if I told you that Jameis yesterday would go 14 of 20 for only 148, including the last touchdown that was 55 yards? So all the way until the end of the game, when it was still barely a game, in early fourth quarter, did he throw for 55 that got him barely over 100 yards passing?
Right.
But guess what he did in the red zone? He went 4 for 4. And if we could quickly see his touchdown passes, this is efficiency. I never thought I would put efficient in the same sentence with Jameis Winston, but here he goes. Here he goes. That's the... Yeah, there's that one to
Even Chris Hogan caught a touchdown.
Chris Hogan did. That's
he's back, Skip.
I know. Chris Hogan is back. 7-11. He's always open, remember? Chris Hogan. Unbelievable. Wow.
Yeah, all the old Patriots caught a touchdown. Amendola even caught one yesterday for the Texans.
Yep, he did. He sure did. But there's Chris Hogan. Okay, so the point is he's making play after play after play that are the plays to make in an offense run by Sean Payton that used to feature Drew Brees, and we'll see as this year goes on. But again, I'm not going to take anything away from the great Drew Brees, but it was always an issue of, was it more Sean Payton or Drew Brees?
Right.
Did Sean Payton make Drew Brees or vice versa?
Right.
Well, which way is it? I've decided that Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre made Mike McCarthy.
Right.
Well, I'm starting to wonder if maybe Sean Payton was at least 50% of the equation with Jameis.
He's definitely dialing it up, Skip.
Right.
Look, you let a team go perfect in the red zone. You're not beating them unless they turn it over, Skip.
Yep.
But if they get down there and they cash it in and you don't make them kick field goals, you're gonna lose.
Yeah. You know what? It's going to be fascinating to watch Jameis under Sean Payton.
Yeah.
Can he be as effective as Drew? Because to your point, got a much bigger arm than Drew.
Yeah.
And by the way, he ran for a first down early. If we could see that real quick.
Yeah,
but he can run.
Yeah, but Skip, you don't want to take this kind of punishment.
Okay, but he just took off. He can really run. I mean,
I'm liking it at this point, Skip.
Okay,
I'm liking
I like this.
But I don't like that.
All right.
I don't like that.
But it's Cam-esque. It's where you say, okay, I'm going to show, because you don't think it fires up your teammates a little bit?
Yeah, but that's your right shoulder. You don't want to try to make a living doing that,
Okay,
Skip. In certain situations, and Skip, you got to understand now. First start since 2019, new team. I got to show I'm the leader. Y'all believe in me. This is what I'm willing to do for you guys. So you do some things, you sacrifice, knowing that against your better judgment, you probably shouldn't, but you want to show your coaches, you want to show your new teammates that I'm here for you, bro.
New Orleans had 10 new starters yesterday and looked like New Orleans.
They look good.
Yep.
They look really good.
Jameis did look really, really good. Good stuff, guys. And Aaron Rodgers, we'll see if the Pack figure this one out.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.